So let's do the metal bending bit now. So we need this and we need this. I'm going to move this over here. This is the result of sim 2. And I want we're going to be deforming that as well in this lesson now. So I'm going to put them over there. Now there's another new node called RBD deform pieces, which is really handy because what we're doing here is bending, as I said before, bending this with this, and you had to do like a whole kind of for each loop where you're capturing the geometry and then bending it in another and going iterating over each separate piece in your geometry, and it was kind of a pain and a bit complex. But now we've got this setup, which helps a lot. So in here we have the geometry that you want to bend. We don't need to connect the constraints. It does say it's required, but that's just because well, it depends if you're using constraints here, but we're not going to do that. So it does work without it, okay? And then this goes into the right-hand side. What we do need to do here is we need, if you think about it, we need more geometry to be able to bend this, right? So an easy way to do that is just drop a divide. Okay, and then we're going to set this to turn that off and turn on this brick of polygons and set them all to 0.05, 0.05, 0.05, and that will just drop a load of geometry for us. So it's great, and then we can go in here and visualize that. Okay, so it's doing something, but obviously it's not there yet. So yeah, you need to kind of play around with these values. Rest frame, yeah, just leave that at 1. But I found for me, so pushing this up to 0.2 and then just grabbing a whole load of points to do it seemed to do almost what I needed. Okay, but then also we want to match proxy by attribute. Okay, and then I'm going to use this section here. Oh, it doesn't need to go here in the cluster. There we go. Yeah. So this, I think that doesn't matter, does it? Yeah. It's just this this cluster attribute. So if you remember, we set up the sections beforehand. So that's saying, for example, a separate piece like this bar. So this bar is only being bent by the pieces from the original simulation, right? So basically, these pieces from this bar don't have any effect on this or anything else, only on the section that they refer to is what that's doing. Okay, and it helps us tidy things up. Where pieces come close together, it can be problematic. Okay, so that gives us this really nice bending effect. And what I also want to do is we can use this now to bend these pieces of glass. I'm also going to divide them. We'll just do the same because they might need to bend a little bit. And glass can bend. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously, to an extent. For this, I'm just going to use the point deform, which is what's going on inside here. Okay, there'll just be a load of, if we go inside, we'll probably see point deform there and a load of other stuff going on. But that's basically the crux of what we're doing, is point deforming. So for this, we need the result of this going into here. So we're going to use this to deform the glass. We need a time shift for the rest frame. Okay, just set this to the first frame. Plug that in there, and then this into the last port. Okay, and then let's see how that looks. Maybe we should merge it just so we can see with the results from there. Check that. I can see what I'm doing there now. This needs to be here also. And let's see. You can see that now. So the glass is following that animation. Okay, I'm just leaving this at default. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we might get a bit of bending in it. Yeah, you can see that's just flexing just a tiny bit, but not too much, and it's not intersecting anywhere. It's kind of following that perfectly, so that's great. That looks really nice. Cool. So next we will do the, split everything up here and do the glass, the disconnected faces thing.